Hey, remember this? Or now they're. Oh, what are you touching me for?
Go away.
Don't touch
You're
me.
ridiculous.
You wonder why there's no justice in the system. It's been 2 years now. This incident happened. I was falsely arrested. The charges were dropped against me. We wanted to depose the deputies that lied for the officials. I'm in court right now. This video is primarily to get supporters at court. Niagara Falls Supreme Court. It's Judge Sadida's chambers tomorrow, Wednesday, the 22nd. At 11 a.m. is when it is. If I can get people there to, sit behind me, witness what's going on, maybe the judge will be a little nervous. There's already some issues with the judge because last time I showed up in front of him, he actually violated court procedures and rules, so I filed a judicial complaint against him for not following procedures. The judges are supposed to be an unbiased party, triers of fact. The other thing, I wanted to file a paper motion, and he said I couldn't. And that was against the law because a pro se litigant like myself can file papers in court, and I don't have to follow the rules of the attorneys because I have rights. The more people there will hold these officials accountable. Here's more information what happened.
Hey guys, these elected officials here choose to endorse themselves for office because we want people to endorse candidates, not the politicians. So right here, people, is the reason why government is the way it is.
I understand that. I'm just explaining the law. In order to get to a harassment charge verbally, it has to be a threat like I'm going to kill you. So just him taking his phone out isn't going to fall under any harassment in the penal law.
So right if that happened, the Niagara County Crime Syndicate, the fake Republican rhinos, they charged me with fake charges of harassment, even though I didn't harass anybody. And you listen to the video, you can hear the deputies say I didn't harass anybody, and the deputies are upset because they're being told what to do. So the deputies are basically being told to lie. And one of my main things is I wanted to depose the deputies to find out who was telling them the lie. But the government doesn't want you to find that information out. Granted, the charges that were filed against me were all dropped because we wanted to depose the deputies on the stand. So, hey, let's just drop the charges because they expected me to take a plea deal. Because when you take a plea deal, for example, in ACD, adjournment and contemplation dismissal, whatever it's called, you can't sue the officials or whatever that charged you wrongly. So they wanted to force me into a plea deal. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game.
We already talked to Judge Nkoyak, and she's suggested that we had you come over. We already talked to Judge Nkoyak, and she's suggested that we had you come over.
Judge Nkoyak is an ex-town board member, their close friend. So what they did, because Judge Nkoyak is really a hairdresser, but they secure jobs amongst each other. So this is what they do. They give them these political positions of authority. So you see how they say, we're going to call the judge. But this is how the game is played, people. And they shouldn't even said that because being Judge Nkoyak is not really an attorney. She can't legally give advice. And if she doesn't give advice, she's violating her judicial ethics rules. So I did file a complaint against her, but the judicial ethics department is all full of other corrupt judges. So what do you think happens there? They said, no, there was no charges, even though I was advised by an ex-judge to file the complaint.
But just coming to a public place and filming someone, there's not a charge.
Is this guy still here, sir?
Oh yeah, he's inside.
Okay.
The deputies repeatedly say I did nothing wrong. Yet watch what happens later.
We're just in practice minding our own business, but he's always trying to harass us.
So we're not supposed to ask officials questions. It's considered harassment.
Darlene DECARLO for pushing
I didn't actually see her push on there, so you would have to be the complainant on that one.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Deputy said he didn't see her hit me when the video obviously shows it. And also the police officers, the deputies, could have pulled the security camera video right away and saw that she hit me. But what they did is they only looked at one camera, which is a terrible angle. They never even did a proper investigation. Here's a secret government call where someone higher up in government is going to tell the officers to try and figure out a way to arrest me, even though I did nothing wrong.
Video will show what did or didn't happen. And again, it also might help bolster the case of your harassment against him. Again, if that's something.
The guy on the left is Tom Seaman, the current town attorney. The past attorney was their father, Dan Seaman. Also, Tom's brother is Brian Seaman, who is the current Niagara County District Attorney. They represent approximately 11, 12 towns across Niagara County. They're heavily politically connected. They generate hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even $500,000 in income from government taxes in the running these towns and doing what they do. This is why they're there to protect the officials' corruption, and they're there to silence me. So let's trump up charges against Dave to keep him quiet. Maybe they're the ones that told the deputy sheriffs to charge me with these false charges.
Listen to how many times the sheriffs know that this is not harassment, but since they got orders from higher up to file these harassment charges, they went ahead and did it. But let's listen to the sheriff say it's not harassment a few times.
Dude, how the fuck is that harassment? That's like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but somebody can get right in our face while we're fucking working and record us. But they're in a fucking restaurant talking about who fucking knows what they're talking about. Exactly. What a fucking headache. This shit continues, bro. So we're gonna have to fucking charge Ralph and Dave?
Dude, all he's trying to do is stir shit up. I hate when freaking people try and tell us and dictate our shit. Good day to be in civil.
I just don't really see how they can charge him, how we can charge him with harassment.
Which one?
Mongielo.
How we can charge him? He says to me, he goes, where'd that come out?
Okay, so this one's yours. So this is the actual charge.
Okay.
This is the narrative that I put in.
Okay.
If you want to read it over, make sure that sounds good, and then we'll sign down here.
Okay, so that's just basically just the claim.
Yep, so it's basically, what you need to get in there is that he was filming you,
624 County.
you asked him to stop, and that you felt extremely annoyed and alarmed. So that's essentially what we got in there.
Okay, great. Well, I was scared he was going to pull a gun out, honestly, and I put that in my report.
That's right, fam. That's Crooked Crocker supervisor trying to add a gun to get this guy in trouble for exercising his constitutional rights after he got caught in an illegal meeting with other town members sitting together.
Pull a gun out. I mean, you don't know these people are aggressive.
And we can't charge anything to do with the gun because he didn't actually threaten it or pull it. Either one of those things, and you can get a menace.
Did you have a gun on him?
No.
That's it? Or you need
Yep.
Okay.
Nope, that's it. And then I'll grab this.
Okay. So
I'll type up yours.
All I'd like to do is see mine and
Yep.
yours so we can take a picture of them.
Yep.
Thank you. And then we'll be on we were just told by the judge that we already talked to Judge Nkoyak, and she's suggested that we had you come over.
They all filed charges against Dave, and eventually, after court and going to court, the charges were dismissed, and now Dave is suing them in civil court, and that's where it lies right now. But just in case you guys forgot, I always want to remind you, in the words of Crooked Crocker,
you can call me. I'm in charge of this operation.
That's kind of scary.
You can call me. I'm in charge of this operation.
Here's some bonus material for you, just proving the fact that most of the town board members are actually criminals. Here's the town board member, Paul Sajak, stealing one of our election signs. At this corner here, about, I think, 3 or 4 signs end up disappearing, and here's actually him taking one of them. Of course, they control the law so they don't get arrested. Is this really acceptable, people? Please subscribe, like my videos, make some comments, hit the like button. Thank you very much.